I like how our show says have fun, and then now we're going to talk about the two most fucking depressing movies of the entire fucking year.
They definitely aren't happy. They definitely aren't happy
Like,
movies.
there's no happiness in this episode whatsoever. This is like going to be, we're talking about the saddest, most depressing fucking movies of the
Neil,
entire
I suggested
fucking year.
Flow. I suggested Flow as
I
a.
don't want to go watch some animated movie that beat Wild Robot. And I don't believe anything. The Wild Robot, literally, I rewatched that last
It's a
night with
delightful
my
movie.
wife.
It's
I
delightful.
just rewatched it last night with my
Yeah,
wife
yeah,
and cried again for 4 times. And
yeah,
I
yeah.
knew what was coming up. I
It's
knew what was coming up next.
you just want to give a
And
hug to everyone. You want to get a hug to all
it's
the animals in me.
there's a reason Wild Robot was number 3 in my top 10, man.
Yeah,
That is like one of the best animated, not even just animated, one of the best films
yeah.
of the last year. And Flow, a movie I've never even fucking heard of. Like
It's
it's like The Brutalist winning the Oscar. Dude, you've been out in the theater for a month in 2025. Not even in 2024, and you get to have the award for 2025. That's bullshit.
we
I think
talking.
that's
Neil, there are things that are inarguably good about the Brutalist and things that are inarguably
well,
bad.
no, I'm just saying it's bull crap that
Yeah,
I think
I'm
back in
with you, dude.
December, like December 15th, even before you know what, Christmas. If you're not out by Christmas, widespread,
Yeah, yeah.
you're not allowed to be
Yeah,
in
I'm
the
with you. I'm with you. I'm
in
with you on that.
2024.
Yeah, because it was
Because
out for a couple days, and like I think near Chicago and LA, and you're like doesn't count. Like
no, it doesn't.
yeah, yeah. Because but again, that's People's Choice Awards to say like that.
I think literally the 3 things it needs to have to be up for an Oscar is one, it has to be widespread. It has to be over 2,000 theaters
Yeah,
because everybody should be able to watch it.
yeah.
2, it needs to make at least $50 million at the box
No,
office.
fuck that. Fuck that.
At
No way.
minimum.
No.
At
Fuck. Fuck
minimum.
you, Neil. We're not. No
Because it
fucking
needs
way.
to be a good movie. It needs to be a movie everybody's seen and
No, it
people
doesn't
are
need to. It
paying
doesn't
for to
need to
go
make.
watch.
No, it doesn't even make 50 million in the box office. Guarantee that some of ours on our top
Okay.
10 didn't
It
make 50
has
million.
to make 30
No,
million. It has to make its budget back. It has to make at
no,
least
because
its budget
they're
back.
playing movies. I disagree with that 1%. I do think that has to be widespread, but it didn't make it coming back to be nominated for Best Picture. You and I both know, Neil, just because movie just makes money doesn't mean it's a good film.
No, that's true. I mean, everybody knows that Titanic's the worst movie of all time.
No,
But then on
fuck you
top
on
of
that
that,
bullshit.
Titanic shit.
I know,
Anyway,
I don't disagree. I don't disagree,
but
but when
I
it comes
don't.
to making
I knew the
money,
boat was gonna sink when I went in, and it was the worst love story of all time. Like what? A 30-year-old chick
and
banged a
by the
15-year-old guy,
they're
and
about the
everybody
same
was
age, by
happy
the
with
way,
that.
and you only get one titty. You don't get both of them.
I know you only get the one, but also on top of that, number 3 is things need to be categorized in the category
What do you mean?
that they are.
Like what?
Like example, The Bear wins best comedy or musical.
No, hold on. You're talking about Golden Globes now.
No, they still do it in the dude. I read the nominations earlier, just
No,
like an hour
but
ago.
we're talking about the Golden Globes because the Oscars don't give awards to television programs. Golden Globes do, but not the
No, I
Oscars.
know, but
Oh,
what I'm saying
oh.
is we've seen it both ways on all award show. Believe me, the nominees, I've read them earlier today.
Well, the Oscars
Of
they don't have a
Oscars.
category for like comedy. They just have a
No,
category.
no, I'm just saying they have some nominations that are in different places, and I'm just like, that's a
Mm,
stretch. That's a stretch.
you got to tell me what you're talking about when it comes to Oscars, but when it comes to Golden Globes, all that shit's a stretch. You're like to me, like a Different Man was a comedy and musical. I'm like, what? After watching this, I'm like,
Yeah, right. Well,
yeah,
I mean, they sang in it. They at least sang in it.
yeah, but just for a little bit.
I mean, I know, but at least they sang a song in it. I don't know. Right now,
We'll talk about this
my
in the
nuts
show.
just fell.
They just fell. Are you okay?
Yeah, dude, I just hit the table and I hit my nuts.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all the great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all ages, welcome to a new episode of Movies That Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil.
Yeah, I'm Chris.
And today we are going to be taking you into the magical world of make-believe where we're going to get depressed as hell and probably cry and commit suicide because we're talking two of the most saddest, depressing-ass movies so far of the year. Why not start 2025 off with a bang and have like two really depressing movies right off the bat? Right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I think there are redeeming qualities about both that make me hopeful for the future.
You know what a redeeming quality will be?
That they're over?
Will be at this Saturday when the Royal Rumble comes and all of a sudden they say his name and he appears.
Well,
yeah!
Will this come here?
I will fuck you, all right? I will enter you.
Yeah, he's in it. This is his last year.
Oh, poor. Okay, well, cool.
Yeah, this is the last. I don't know if you know this. This is John Cena's farewell year. He's doing 1 year of every pay-per-view, trying to do every show for the next year, and then he's out.
And he's back to doing movies.
Then he's going back to doing. He did like 10 movies and shows and shit. You got a bunch of those still coming out the whole time.
God, Ricky Sneaky was so much better than it's supposed to be.
Oh my God! I was just having that question today, conversation today with somebody. I sent them the video of where he does all the jerk off songs. You know, you must grip it. You know, and all that stuff. And someone was just like, "Dude, Ricky Stenicki was a badass movie," and I was like, "Oh, you know it." I sent him the clip, thinking he didn't know the movie.
Yeah, it has so much better than it has a right to be. Honestly, like really I saw the preview for that, I was like, God, fuck! But I saw it and I was laughing my ass off, like alone in the bedroom. We was in the living room, but like I was laughing so hard.
But anyway, all right. So today, guys, we're gonna start off with a movie with the good old Bucky himself, Captain America, or the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan, a movie called A Different Man by, I think it's A24 did this one, didn't they?
I don't think so. A24 didn't. No, I don't know about this one, but I know they did The Brutalist. But yeah, Sebastian Stan.
I think both of these movies are A24. Yeah, it's A24.
Okay. Sebastian Stan.
Well, I don't trust Red Wing. Hold on a minute.
What?
Go ahead.
Well, I don't trust Red Wing. Hold on a minute.
You don't have to trust Red Wing. But I'm gonna go see if he's right. I have a feeling they might be a part of the big three.
What big three?
The big three.
What big three?
Androids, aliens, and wizards.
That's not a thing.
That's definitely a thing.
No, it's not.
Every time we fight one of the three.
So who are you fighting now, Gandalf?
How do you know about Gandalf?
I read The Hobbit in 1937 when it first came out.
So you see my point?
No, I don't. There are no wizards.
Doctor Strange
is a sorcerer.
A sorcerer is a wizard without a hat. Think about it, right? I'm right. I just came up with that. It's crazy.
So I would actually call that an Anthony Mackie clip as opposed to a Sebastian Stan clip.
Well, this is a problem, bro.
Yeah.
This is the problem.
I just want
100%. I want to. Sebastian Stan does not talk at all. I went through. All right, that was the longest thing that took me the longest was Sebastian Stan. I went through Fresh. I went through what was the one with Tom Holland? The Devil in the Night or something like that. The Devil all the time. The Devil all the time. I'm trying to remember all the other ones I went through, but there were so many different movies I went through, and he'd be like, "Yeah."
I thought they released something about Fresh, but imagine that was hard to find. Yeah.
Well, I mean, no, the only one that we have is that grocery scene, and literally, I've only given you that as a clip 4 times, I think now. I was like trying to find something else. But yeah, Sebastian Stan is the main lead in this movie. Second him in this movie is the wonderful Adam Pearson in his 3rd film ever.
Sitting here in this chair, waiting on you, oh baby, to see things my way. But not a word do you say, I won't even look my way.
So the other two movies that he did actually, well, he was in Under the Skin, but the other two movies that he did were also by Aaron Schoenberg, who directed it. So
Yes, correct. That's actually part of the facts that I have coming up during the movie.
okay.
Also in this, man, I'm gonna butcher her name.
I don't know what it's. I honestly don't know how it's pronounced. I should have done it, but it's Renate.
Yeah, we're fired. We should definitely done our jobs.
She's not coming on the show now.
She definitely. It's all your fault.
Like we have her. I mean, the interview's like, "How you see my name?" I'm like, I don't know.
And she'd be like, "Why? Why did you even have me here? Why?
Looking up right now.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not looking up anything. I'm just." No commercials going on in my ear right now or nothing.
I can hear it. Okay.
Renate Rezanfa. Renate Rezanfa.
Well, I don't.
Oh.
Would you like to stay and watch?
Oh, I'm developing somewhat of a reputation of intruding where I'm not wanted.
No, not at all. Really. It will be nerve-wracking for us. The play's still very nascent. Nothing is set in stone.
Oh, everyone's so subconscious in showbiz. I love it. Though I am intrigued by this whole process, I have to admit.
Well, if you're not too busy.
No, I mean, I've just had jiu-jitsu practice, so I'm a bit sweaty. But other than that, I was just going to sit in the park and read my book.
What are you reading?
The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison.
That's one of my favorite books.
Really? Oh, no way. As it so happens, I was inspired by Guy to pick it up. He's got these piercing blue eyes. And when I first saw them, I was like, oh, that reminds me.
I never noticed your eyes, Guy.
Man, that's fucked up. But that's Adam Pearson.
That's actually from a different man, because that is her only English speaking role. She's originally from Russia. She's a Russian actress. And everything I went and find of hers was like, and I was like,
nope.
I don't know. And it's like, she was actually nominated for best foreign film or whatever in a movie. I can't remember the name of it. It was last night when I was doing this, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to be able to pull a clip from there. I was like, God damn it. But that's a different man. We're going to talk about that. Then we're going to talk about the 9.5 hour.
3.5 hours
should have been turned into a Netflix movie or a show, so it could have broken it up.
Well, there was an intermission. So Killers of the Flower Moon did not give us an intermission. At least this one did. And
I'll give it that. But the theater wouldn't let me go outside to smoke, so it just made me.
I forgot you're asleep that shit. So
yeah. So anyway, we'll be watching or discussing the Brutalist, because it brutally takes away time from your life, with Adrian Brody.
He's a concierge. What are you doing here?
I've come to pay my respects to a great woman whom I loved.
This man is an intruder in my home.
It's not yours yet, Dimitri. Only when probate is granted and the deed of entitlement is given.
You're not getting boy with apple, you goddamn little fruit.
How's that supposed to make me feel?
Call the police. We're pressing charges. This criminal has plagued my family for nearly 20 years. He's a ruthless adventurer and a con artist who preys on mentally feeble, sick old ladies. And he probably fucks them, too.
I go to bed with all my friends.
You put away your Switch.
Hey man, I am like this close to getting the next curse. All right, like
curse?
I got the Torment curse. Now I need to get the
what game are you playing?
Harry Potter Legacy, dude.
Oh, okay. Lee's beat that like 100%.
Dude, I am telling you, that is Skyrim, but Hogwarts.
No, it's smaller than Skyrim, but it's
whatever is smaller than Skyrim. Whatever, Mister. I got to compare everything to something. I'm just telling you, that game's fucking amazing. You can run around and just kill things for hours and have nothing to do.
Oh yeah,
So the storyline issue, but the side missions just keep going and going and going.
Yeah. It's a really cool world building.
Yep. And that is not a paid advertisement, people. I'm just having fun playing a game.
Who else in this movie?
Also in this movie, And I knew that's your favorite Wes Anderson movie, wasn't it?
Actually, that's pretty close, yeah.
Because
But
you always say like,
it's Moonrise Kingdom, I think, or Still Life Aquatic, one of those two.
okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, a movie that we can all agree is everybody's favorite Guy Pearce movie. Here's a clip for Guy Pearce from Memento.
Have I told you what this man did?
Yeah,
Well, then you shouldn't have to ask.
but even if you get revenge, you're not gonna remember it. You're not even gonna know that it happened.
My wife deserves vengeance. Doesn't make any difference whether I know about it. Just because there are things I don't remember doesn't make my actions meaningless. The world doesn't just disappear when you close your eyes, does it? Anyway, maybe I'll take a photograph to remind myself. Get another freaky tattoo.
So I saw the movie like years after it came out. I'm like, hey, that's Trinity from the Matrix. But yeah, Memento.
Matrix. I was like, oh, it's that chick from Memento.
Yeah, Carrie Ann Moss.
That was the other way around.
Yeah.
And then also, I think the clip I got, if I remember correctly, is from the second best Star Wars movie of all time.
Oh, you think it's better than are we talking about to me it's the best standalone for sure.
Best standalone, yes, but not best Star Wars movie of all time.
Oh, you think it's better than all the ones besides the first one?
Man, yeah. Not the first one. No, I don't even think the first one's the best one.
Are you Empire guy or are you Return of the Jedi?
I'm a Jedi guy. I'm a Return of the Jedi. Because I liked the Ewoks growing up. I was a little kid. I had the teddy bears. I even had the battle fort. I remember watching Drew Barrymore as Battle of Endor. Yeah, like after E.T. And then she's in I was like, oh man, this must be an awesome show because Drew Barrymore from E.T. is in this. Yeah, I didn't know what it was until later. It's like going back and watching He-Man now. It's like the original 80s He-Man show is just like, well, Tiger, why don't we just go over this hill and smack a guy?
It's weird. It's going back and weird. Yeah.
It's like,
well, you're a child, man. You're a kid, yeah. By the way,
Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back are arguably my favorite two. And then the Rogue One is literally one of the. It's just, even if it had nothing to do with Star Wars, it was just a great. That's just a great movie. But Felicity Jones.
If the Empire has this kind of power, what chance do we have?
What chance do we have?
The question is what choice? Run, hide, plead for mercy, scatter your forces. You give way to an enemy this evil with this much power, and you condemn the galaxy to an eternity of submission. The time to fight is now.
Yeah, so I mean, good 20-second clip. I know all the ones are like 40 seconds. Some were 3 of them were exactly 42 seconds. So
I know. Wasn't that weird? But yeah, guys, that's
what was that?
Sorry, my thing is being weird. My program on my side. But anyway, The Brutalist is the movie that they are all from. Chris, tell everybody where they can find us.
You can find us online, moviesdon'tsuck.net. Oh, sorry. We can find us online, moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're facebook.com/podcast. We're w2mnet.com. W number 2 is in moviesnet.com. We're there along with a bunch of other podcasts. Go to Blue Sky, you can Movies Don't Suck Podcast. We're there. Instagram and TS Podcast. We're Patreon.com. Just Movies Don't Suck. Go to Bastards Ass Productions and T Public. Find shirts with our logo on it. Go to Bonfire Ground, search Movies Don't Suck and something new. You'll find merch with the logo on it. And also, we have Find Podcast. You find podcast. You can find Movies Don't Suck and something new. Real quick, I went to go see The Brutalist, and as I was getting my water and my snack, the guy asked for my hat meant, and I saw him subscribe to our podcast.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I had people subscribe in LA when I was out there during the time I was out there for. I had somebody, I put one of our stickers in one of the most famous bathrooms in the entire existence on the planet.
I was still around.
I'm not going to say where because I don't want anybody to come after me if damage is for created.
Yeah.
But yeah, today, but we're gonna every time we do this, we do a small business, and today's small business is going to be something that you can probably look up yourself in your own area, but it's something I like doing, and me and Chris, I think Chris likes doing stuff like this too.
Mm-hmm.
And this is called the Dinner Detective. The Dinner Detective is literally you get a group of friends, you go to this place, you eat dinner, and they play a murder mystery out right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
People just sit there and they act out everything right in front of you. Me and my wife did one before a couple years ago for our wedding anniversary. I mean, it's good food, it's decent company, and you just get to see murder. And right now I know everybody's obsessed with murder because the Traitors just started again. So everybody so tickets are usually for a couple are usually, well, it looks like per person it's around $70. So
That's
that's
worth it.
not bad.
That's a show. You get a show with it.
You get a show, you get food. I mean, you get to choose chicken, fish, vegetarian. You get a 3-course meal, and on top of that, you get drinks, and it's literally a couple of hours show.
Yeah.
I mean, this one's located at the hotel, the Hilton, there in that lobby, the Hilton Inn right here. But guys, you can look it up in your home area. All you have to do is go to the dinnerdetective.com. That's right, the dinnerdetective.com. And you can also look up on Groupon, because there are Groupon discounts. Like this one makes it go from $76 down to the $64 I just said. And you can look them up on Facebook at Dinner Detective. So Dinner Detective is a place. Go look. I love stuff that makes people get out of the seats. And plus, it's a good thing to do because I'm trying to do things where I just don't go to the bar all the time. So Dinner Detective, look it up. It's awesome. It's great fun. Seriously. Another place, like we went last week to Shuffles and played Fireball Island, and that was great. I mean, just trying to do more things than just go to a steaky bar and smoke cigarettes and get stabbed by people.
Yeah, so I get it. Yeah, but I think we're ready to talk movies. I think, right?
I guess.
Oh, sorry, guys. Neil's
Let's talk about the first one.
A Different Man, directed by Aaron Schoenberg. This is his third feature, and his third feature, and it's his the second or third with I think it's third with Adam Pearson. Third. Okay. So this Sebastian Stan is Edward.
Well, I don't trust Red Wing.
Also, Renate Rensiv is Ingrid.
Would you like to stay and watch?
And Adam Pearson was also. Also, as Miles C. Jackson is John. Neil, why don't you go ahead and read the storyline for A Different Man?
Aspiring actor undergoes a radical medical procedure to drastically transform his appearance, but his new dream face quickly turns into a nightmare as he loses out on the role he was born to play and becomes obsessed with reclaiming what was lost.
So, Neil, this was supposed to be a black comedy, and I didn't view it that way. Maybe I should have.
Oh, this was a comedy? Was this supposed to be a comedy? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, a black comedy. So,
comedy, drama, thriller. Okay, I guess it was a comedy. I did not know this was a comedy.
Now, if you viewed it comedy, would you maybe laughed at it?
No. No. Because I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Half this movie.
I like how the storyline in the NDB it says male full frontal nudity as the first thing.
And this is the thing about this movie. This is the thing that both of these movies today that we're going to review. There's not one good human being in either of these movies. Every single one of the people, there is nobody to feel sorry for because they're pieces of shit.
Well, I would disagree with the second one.
Who in this movie is a good person?
In this movie, Oswald's probably the best person.
If you say fucking Oswald, I'm gonna punch you. that guy straight up came in, stole the guy's girl, and was
don't give me the
why am I having sex with her? Why don't you just stay in the same room that we're having sex in?
I don't remember that part of the movie, but
you mean when he was like in the full body cast and they're like literally in a small apartment? Have you ever been into an apartment in New York, bro?
Yeah, okay. I don't want
so guys, my living room is bigger than a whole apartment in goddamn New York.
Yeah.
And I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that's the.
I'm sure you've seen it. Guy is like, how much you for rent in New York, and you were like $300. Like, how's that possible? It's just a closet they live in. But yeah. But this movie, guys, it is Sebastian Stan is great in it. He's a great actor in this movie.
Yeah, man. It gets real. Like this dude, like literally, Adam Pearson is actually the man that has I can't remember the name of the disease exactly, but he has the tumors on his face. This is not makeup. That is his real face.
Yeah.
That is not something that was made up. I think I got a picture of him right there. There we go. Yeah. Got a picture of him right there.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Good look. I mean, he's plays the part and stuff like that. Now, Sebastian, this is him with actual makeup.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is nominated for best. I think this is nominated for best makeup too in this movie.
And it should be. It should be.
Yeah.
And literally, the people in this movie, it was just nuts. It is like this whole life that Sebastian Stan just figured he could not be a part of anything in this life, could not be a part of any kind of part of the world. Gets this magical pill or whatever that makes him look beautiful. And then but the thing is, then he just denies that he was ever that man.
Yeah. And that's by the way, the disease is called neurofibromatosis. So
yes.
that's what Adam Pearson has. And this movie, I think, was probably written with Adam Pearson in mind, because it's the third film that he's done with this director. It's a hard watch. I will say that.
Yeah.
Not because it's grotesque or anything. There's some parts of me that are grotesque. It's just, it's hard to feel good for anyone. And
yeah, it's like because like the girl cheats on. I mean, I don't even want to. I don't want to give away too many things. You know what? Let me just take all that back. Everybody in this movie though is a rotten person. There's not one good person in this movie. One guy tries to kill the other guy. The other guy is like as soon as Sebastian Stan as soon as he gets rid of his face, he just literally becomes the worst human being. And I mean, he becomes like an insurance salesman or a car salesman. I mean, there's nothing worse. There's not, realtor.
But he also
top 3 douchebags I've ever met in my life are either an insurance, realtor, or car salesman.
But he was rolling it. He was wealthy. I don't know how you change your name and like all that stuff and how you get do all that stuff.
You can change your name in less than 6 weeks.
Okay. Because you changed your last name.
And $200. That's it. That's all it takes.
Okay. Well, Sebastian Stan, guys, he's great in this. He's an actor. And he actually the main 3 characters in this are pretty great as their role, but they're not good people. This movie is really about you can't really escape yourself. That's what it's about, really.
Yeah, and the other thing is the fact that it literally just needed. What's the best way to say this? I liked it, but again, it was just like everybody was just a bad human being.
Yeah, it was hard to root for anyone, and it kept so. I was impressed with the acting, but there was a bit of they were kind of reaching for a plot near the end there. It just kept going in places that it didn't need to keep going. You know, like it seemed to lose its grip near the end. I feel like,
It did,
you know,
and I think I think that was the problem with this. Is like I understood where it was going at the beginning. I got where it was going. I was on the trip, and I was okay with the trip that I was on. But then it got to the end, and it just felt like it was just repeating itself.
yeah, it's definitely uncomfortable. But that's part of it. That's like you're supposed to feel uncomfortable. You
I
know?
get the uncomfortableness, but at some point, it has to be like give them a shocking ending, or give them some kind of ending.
Well, both
Or it's not like
both movies from out today, they try to do more serious themes. This one's a bit different than 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 what we're about to talk about. But they both are they're both kind of hard to. It just kind of hurts. Watching this movie hurts kind of it.
right,
It's,
and that's the thing. It's just like I can't get behind like I like movies that challenge you and stuff like that. I get it. I mean, by any means, I'm not an asshole. I understand the art behind things and stuff like that. But sometimes you got to figure out exactly what you're saying and put an exclamation point on it at the end. And I think this movie did the Sebastian Stan. I always say his name backwards. I swear I have dyslexia and I don't even have dyslexia. But Sebastian Stan knocked it out of the park. Like, because he was like three different characters in this movie. Like he was completely three different characters in this movie. But the ending just like fell so flat to me. Like I was like, oh, like when the credits rolled, I was just like, so that's the end? All right. I guess it's over.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of made sense to me in a way, but again, it's hard to talk too much shit on this. We have such compelling performances.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's like this is still a great movie. I mean, Sebastian Stan, Adam Pearson, just knocked it out of the park. Both of them playing off of each other. Again,
yeah,
it's beautiful.
And it's shot well. I mean, I don't really have much to say about the cinematography. Remake was great.
Yeah, only 22 days. They only filmed this in 22 days.
Yeah, in the COVID-19 pandemic. So, you can tell. You can tell. That's the COVID.
Oh, you can tell now. Oh, sorry, filmmakers. If you made something during COVID, we can tell now.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do? But yeah, this is on HBO Max. I'll give my score. It's give my score first. It's like a 3.8, 3.9. It's good. It's hard to recommend to people.
It's a 3.9 for me. I like it. I just didn't like the ending. I didn't like the ending. This one just fell flat at the end for me. And I mean, it just like I wanted more. I wanted like happiness. I wanted a place of peace.
Guys, Neil, we need Neil just us going to watch today. He's like, I want to watch something happy, but he couldn't. But I was insisting we watch The Brutalist, and he didn't want to. He didn't have time to watch too many other shit to do. So we picked A Different Man and The Brutalist. And
it's because I watched A Different Man already last week. Yeah. And you picked out a subtitle movie where I can't have that much. You wanted me for 8 hours straight in one day to pay it that much attention to a screen.
Yeah, Emilio Perez we're gonna do, but Neil apparently can't watch that movie.
I can watch that movie, and next week we can do it, but I can't in one day watch 8 hours straight
Okay.
without keeping my eyes somewhere else.
Okay, well, let me know when you have time, and let me know when you can watch Emily Perez, and we'll do that maybe next
Yeah,
week,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. Okay, but anyway, different
Okay.
man. Chris, tell us about what they say over there.
Okay,
Rotten
so
Tomatoes.
on Rotten Tomatoes, what's the on Rotten Tomatoes, what's the audience score for A Different Man?
I believe the audience score for A Different Man will be 87%.
89%.
Ah, damn it! I'm gonna hit
And
another one sooner or later.
I'm gonna be nice to Rotten Tomatoes. Because they don't call the audience score, they call it the popcorn meter. So it's
Yeah.
89%. What's the tomato meter for A Different Man?
I don't know. Is that the critics?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, they're gonna give it like a 92.
Really close, 93.
Oh man, I was
Yeah.
only off by each one.
Yeah. Critics consensus is surreal and unsettling. A Different Man overcomes an occasionally tenuous narrative grasp by virtue of its bold, provocative approach to serious themes. I read a bad review and a good review, and this is from Yasser Medina, cinephile. Yeah, he says it frames the issue of prejudice and self-deception through chameleon-like performance from Sebastian, but its narrative gradually weakens as it remains parked in a redundant feudal zone. 6 out of 10. And this is a really good review from, let's do Robin Hilbert of KUNR. Review of, she says, irony dominates in a clever and well-produced meditation on the power of positive thinking versus the impact of negativity. So again, this movie's about acceptance, about negativity, it's about all kinds of shit. And it's, you guys can watch this on HBO Max. Me and Neil liked it. I'm gonna find it hard to, to recommend to my parents, but to people who like movies, I think you should watch it.
Yeah, it's if you want to get like deep in your feelings and figure out if you feel okay about a man brutalizing women, even though his face isn't messed up anymore.
I don't think.
And then you got a guy who comes in and steals another guy's girl right under his nose.
I don't, Neil. I don't think.
It makes him feel like the a-hole for it.
I don't know if you give anything away. Because
I'll give it all away. Everyone's an asshole in every movie we watch this week.
I would disagree with that. We'll talk about that later. But you already talking news. You got news ready?
Yeah, I got some news ready. Let's do some news. This is the Movies Don't Suck and Something to Do. I'm going to tell stuff to Chris, and he's going to act like he's never heard it, even though he watches his phone 24/7.
So, can we talk about what happened while I was in the hospital? Who died while I was in the hospital?
Yeah, if you want to, we'll talk about that first. Give us all more depressed after the depressing movie we just fucking heard. But anyway.
So, while I was in the hospital, I was looking at the news, and I found that David Lynch died.
Yeah.
The great David Lynch. He's an amazing director. He was an amazing human being, really. And it's sad.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that actually here in a moment. I got the first major thing that we always talk about first, and I do have a David Lynch story in there for us to take a look at.
Okay.
So this one, I'm going to actually do a thing we rarely do on here, and I'm going to share the screen because I think this is the only way to do this one, especially with you and me and all of us.
Okay.
All right. So here it is. The nominees for the Oscars were put out yesterday. So
no, they not yesterday. They put out today. Like they put out a couple weeks. They put out like while I was in the hospital.
Oh, really?
Before this is like a couple weeks ago.
This article came out yesterday, so fuck off. I'm just going by the date that I have. Any more ball busting you want to do before we go?
I'm just letting you know that they have.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Anyway, so the best picture, I mean, we have the best of the best. I don't know what Nickel Boys is, and I'm still here. That's the only two I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Nickel Boys?
But they're hard to see because they as in they come out like they show like 3 p.m. where no one can see them.
Now, I think The Substance should win.
It's not going to though. You know it's not win, and you're not gonna like it.
As long as Brutalist doesn't win, because
It's
I
gonna
don't
win.
want it. I don't want any fucking movies to win. I don't want Brutalist to win shit anymore.
Calm down. The
Oh my
Brutalist is
god,
it's
that movie
either be
sucks.
Amelia Perez or the Brutalist that wins the best pick. But
I
watch
hope
Brutalist.
Emily Perez or Wicked or Complete Unknown. I wish any one of these other movies besides The Brutalist could win.
Yeah, I don't know when you have so much against that movie, but I think just because everyone else liked
we'll
it.
get to it. We'll get
Okay.
to it. I'll show you. I'll tell you exactly.
I hope
how
it's
what
not through.
I'm going.
I think you're looking for myopic sense of some sort of morality because like that's what
It's
I
not.
think.
No, it's not morality. It's. I'll tell you later. We're talking news
Okay.
right now. Actor in a leading role, we got Adrian Brody for
Yeah.
The Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet, Coleman Domingo. I think he should win for Sing Sing. That's a great movie. Or Suspension Stand for The Apprentice. Oh, The Apprentice. That's a good movie.
Every Fine's also for Conclave. So
I don't. Conclave to me was just kind of a very boring. Didn't make any.
I disagree, but we'll talk about actors in supporting role.
I mean,
So-
all it was about priests fighting, and it's like if you want to see that, just go to Notre Dame any day of the week.
Actors in supporting role, we had your Boris Moff for Nora. I would be fine with him winning. Kieran Culkin for Real Pain, also a great choice. Edward Norton, sure.
Oh, Edward Norton, dude, was great in A Complete Unknown. His happy cheeriness was really great.
And by the way, Guy Pearce, unrecognizable in The Brutalist. That's amazing.
I know. I mean, he was more of an asshole than he normally.
And then also, well, we can't skip
Actress
past
in
the
a
last
leading
one.
role. Oh,
You just
Demi
skip-
Moore.
you skip past someone, dude.
Huh?
Go on. Jamie Strong for The Apprentice was nominated.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Edward Norton, I think, should grab that one.
But
Actress
it's going to go to Kieran Culkin or to your Boris Moff. It has to. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it either Kieran Culkin or Edward Norton will win those two. In this one, actress in the leading role. Now, Carla Sophie Gascon is the first openly trans actress to ever be nominated for an Oscar. So that is awesome.
Yeah.
Mickey Madison and
Mikey.
Nora. Oh
Mikey
my!
Madison.
That's what I said, Mickey.
See,
Mickey
that's Mikey.
Madison.
It's Mikey.
I said Mickey.
It's not Mickey. It's Mikey.
It's Mickey.
No, I looked it up. It's Mikey. She was my Mikey Madison. But yeah,
No,
she was
it's
great in
Mickey.
Nora.
Anyway, I
No,
know
it's not.
Mikey.
Okay,
Anyway,
all right.
but we all know who's going to win that one.
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore has to win that because the substance is
I
just.
just
one of
I just see Cynthia Erivo winning or the.
If Deadpool Wolverine didn't exist, Substance would have been #1 movie of the year. There's nothing that even comes close to that besides Deadpool Wolverine and The Wild Robot.
Okay, actress in supporting role. We got Monica Barbaro from Play Unknown. She's okay. She plays Joe Baez. We got Ariana Grande from Wicked. Felicity Jones from
Ariana Grande has to win that.
Isabella Rossini for Conclave and Zoe Saldana for Lily Perez. I
haven't seen Emily Perez yet, but I did see the first minutes. So Zoe's got a good win for Buff. So Ariana Grande knocked it out of the park.
To me, this is going to. I know. To me, this is going to Felicity Jones, though. Honestly.
I don't know.
And then we have Flo.
Animated feature film.
Wild Robot has to win, right?
Wild Robot. I want Wild Robot.
Cinematography,
Dune or Nosferatu.
The Bruce also had great cinematography. It's
it had okay.
That was better than okay, but yeah. And then for costume design,
I mean, it was just a movie shot on a 35mm camera. That's the only reason.
No. There was some very creative shots in that. But Wicked, Nosferatu, I don't know if it's good to. You got a Wicked for costume design.
Wicked definitely for costumes. I'd say directing.
All
right. Man,
it's I would like Sean Baker or Corey Fargi to win.
Yeah,
but it's gonna be. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be Brady Corbett for the.
We don't know the documentary films. Let's just be honest. Editing, who really cares? Makeup, music. It's gonna be Wicked or Emily Perez. It can't be any of the other three.
Bruce had some good music. It was interesting in the way they did it, but I just don't see it winning for best original score.
Yeah, definitely. I think Wicked will win, especially since the fact that everybody's staying at the theater.
Oh yeah, and so, but me and Neil have yet seen Nickel Boys and I'm Still Here. It's just hard to see.
Best picture
Well,
has to be The Substance, man. That was by
But
far
still-
the best film and
but it's not.
original.
But it's not gonna win. It's just too weird. Production design.
What's weird is why would you give it to? I mean, what else can you give it to? Nora. Okay, Nora can win. Dune Part 2 could win, and Emily Perez.
We haven't even seen that. We can't say that without seeing it.
I've seen 20 minutes of Emily Perez, and it's 10 times better than the next movie we're about to do.
You need to fucking calm down with that shit. There are
I'm
things
not,
about
there's nothing.
visual effects. Let's talk visual effects.
Let's see. Visual effects. Better Man is. I've been hearing good. Hey, I hung out with the guy who did the visual effects for Alien Romulus.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna go Dune Part 2. It's got to.
You got to be
Right.
Dune Part 2 or Wicked. Writing, screenplay.
Yeah. So that's Complete Unknown, Conclave, Emily Perez, Nickel Boys, Sing Sing.
I go Complete Unknown on that one.
Yeah, I might go Nickel Boys now. And then we got Best Adapted Screenplay. Come on, let's get that up.
Which one? Oh,
Best Adapted
Screenplay. Gosh, dang it.
Best Original Screenplay, which it's got Nora, The Brutalist, Real Pain, September 5th, which I actually saw, and The Substance. And I mean, out of me, it's got to be
Nora or Substance by far.
or the Brutalist.
Oh, Real Pain. Those three are by far way better than everything else in that category.
I mean, they'll argue about the next film, guys, in case you didn't know. Yeah, what else you got going on? What other stories you got?
All right, let's see. So there, you remember that tour that came out like a year ago or last year? The one where it was the Willy Wonka experience, and everybody like went to it, and it was like the shittiest ramdition, and everybody wanted their money back.
Yeah.
That happened again. This time it was with Insidious. Insidious had a where like the movie is playing, and then you're just gonna get scared and stuff like that. But instead, it was none of the creatures looked like anything from the movie. People said it was like the worst. It was the worst experience of anything they've ever been into. Let's see. What was the exact word? Someone quoted it. There are no jump scares, no interaction, and no real immersion. The production movie was completely off at least 3 notable moments, and the production felt amateurish at best. It simply did not deliver on what was promised. Another person said, as leaving the theater, I believe I just suffered my first fire fest.
Wow.
So that went on around. So everybody that went through that, sorry about that. Now, are you ready for this? Now, I actually watched this the other day. So David Howard Thornton, also known as Art the Clown in Terrifier 1, 2, and 3 and Hallows Eve, literally made a DC movie short where he plays none other than the Joker.
I wonder how
And
that looks.
it is amazing. It is amazing.
Is that your Joker? Does he play a Joker?
Yeah, he plays Joker.
And he
plays a Joker that's way better than the last 3 or 4 we got. So like, but he plays, and it's called Joker's Wild. If you guys want to go look it up, Joker's Wild, and it's basically like the death in the family where Joker's beating the fuck out of Robin with the crowbar. Okay. And it's just like 12 minutes of him brutally fucking assaulting Robin. It is a great little short film. Go look it up. You will enjoy it. You will be happy in your no-no spots. The Monkey, the new Stephen King movie,
Oscar Perkins
is what?
Oscar Perkins directed it. He directed one of his last year onlys.
Oh yeah. Well, The Monkey is so gruesome that they can't make ads for it.
Okay, I'm down with that. Like, I'll still be singing it. So you can't stop
Yeah.
me.
So
Love
they've
it.
been doing email ads instead
Yeah.
of doing because they can't put the ads on television.
Yeah.
So they're doing a new way to try to get the movie out. Now definitely we're definitely going to see this one. This
Yeah,
is
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
it's a Stephen King movie, and on
Yeah.
top of that, we've heard nothing but good things of it so much so far. So there's no way we're not going to see this.
Mhm.
David Lynch, the great
Rest in
David
peace.
Lynch, who recently
Rest in
passed
power.
away,
Yeah.
is Posthuman is going to be receiving the prestigious screenwriting award for outstanding contributions to cinema. He will receive the 2025 Laurel Award for Screenwriting Achievement from the Writers Guild of America at this
Yeah.
name the name
Yeah.
of the Screenwriters Guild
The
Awards.
SAG. Yeah.
Yep, the SAG. Thank you. That's what I was trying to think of. The Laurel Award for Screenwriting Achievement is a lifetime achievement award that commemorates Lynch's entire body of work and is presented to the members of the guild who have advanced literature of motion pictures and made outstanding contributions to the profession of screenwriting. So, congratulations to the late Lynch and that his family, so that we can all pay tribute to one of the greatest directors, misunderstood writers and directors of all
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. He was incredible. It's sad that he's not here anymore. So
All right, M. Night Shyamalan. We're going to get another movie. Yep, we're going to get another movie.
Is another sequel?
And this time he is going to be having the great and beautiful man that we all love, Mr. Jake Gyllenhaal, is going to be the main star of his movie, which is it's described as a supernatural romantic thriller. Now, this is the twist, because with M. Night Shyamalan, you got to have a twist.
Yeah, yeah.
Writing it with him, co-creating it with him, is none other than Nicholas Sparks.
What? Really?
Right. If you don't know who Nicholas Sparks is, humans listening, that's the person that wrote the book A Walk to Remember and The Notebook.
Yeah.
We're talking like some of the most raunchy, not raunchy, but some of the most romantic novels of all time.
Yeah, yeah. So that's
and he is going to be co-writing it. And of course, if Jake Gyllenhaal's there, he's going to put his input in.
Mm-hmm.
So M. Night Shyamalan, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Nicholas Sparks.
That's interesting. I mean, that's really weird, but okay.
Oh, I sent this over to Chris earlier today. The Super Bowl is coming up, and so the ads are already coming out. And one of the first Super Bowl ads has already been sent out there with Sydney Sweeney, Meg Ryan, and Billy Crystal reacting their famous scene from when Harry met Sally in the famous diner. Gosh, what the hell is the name of that place? I ate there.
But the ads for Hellman's Mayonnaise.
Yeah, but it's Hellman's Mayonnaise, and it is hilarious. Go check it out. Definitely. It's already one of the most viewed commercials of all time.
I have what she's having.
Huh?
I'll have what she's having.
I'll have what she's having. Yeah. All right. Husband and wife duo is going to be in a buzzy body horror film, and they just sold it to Neon. That's right. The husband-wife duo of David Franco and Allison Brie are writing a horror movie together. They said it's called Together, which stars David Franco and Allison, screened at the Sundance Film Festival and immediately generated buzz. The movie was following its midnight premiere, and now is the official first movie that sold at Sundance.
Neon's been like Neon's sort of taking the mantle of weird horror films away from A24. Like they put out some really good stuff last year, Coon and Cuckoos and Long Legs. So that A24 needs to step their game and stick on the weird movie list. You know.
Yeah, so I guess the two companies that were in a fight for it was A24 and
Yeah,
Neon.
I
And
was talking
Neon
about that.
won.
They sort of fighting over the good weird shit.
Yep. So yeah, Neon got it. So it will be coming out later this year. They are already working on producing it and getting it out there to the humans. Now everybody, they are working and trying to get the movie that we all want, the music biome film that we've been wanting all these years. And it's difficult because like 7 different people own the rights to this band's name. But papers have been signed, deals are going down, and just like great movies like Rocket Man and Bohemian Rhapsody and The
Hold on,
Doors,
great movie like
and
don't say great movie like Bohemian Rhapsody. That's not a great movie.
it's an Oscar award-winning film, dude. So
It
I don't care
doesn't mean it's good.
what bullshit are you gonna tell me? I can't say shit about the next movie, but you tell me an
No,
Oscar award-winning film?
Well, you think that Bohemian Rhapsody Romney won, Malik won, but the movie that's not a good movie.
It's an Oscar award-winning film.
I mean, it's good. You know that too.
Well, I believe me, I totally understand that when we get to the next part of the show. But anyway, just as good as all those awesome movies that are out there, we are now going to get the story we've all wanted for years. That's right. We are getting a biopic of the greatest boy band of all time, NSYNC. Yeah! Ba, 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 ba.
I just looked at the year just a minute. It's been like 20 years, 25 years. I don't know. I guess I guess we could do that. I mean,
right. Quentin Tarantino says, "Stop asking me. I don't want to make my final movie. It's not enticing to me right now." So, even though he announced his last movie is going to be his final movie, he could give a fuck what you think because he's like living out, not even in America right now. He's spending most of his time in Abba. Oh, no, Israel. Abba means father. He goes, my son just turns 5. My daughter's 2.5. I'm not even in America. And when I do some writing, but I'm in Israel. I'm in Abba, which means father. The idea of jumping a voyage when they're too young to understand is just not enticing to me. So we'll never get another Quentin Tarantino movie ever.
He feels like it.
That's he'll be dead by the time it happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was going to make that last one. He's like, never mind. I don't want to make The Critic or whatever. It was going to move out.
All right. Paul Thomas Anderson is teaming up with Leonardo DiCaprio.
I heard it's already in filming, by the way.
Yeah, it's called One Battle After Another. So I mean, you know, Paul Thomas Anderson's known for Boogie Nights, Mongolia, There Will Be Blood, One Battle After Another.
Punch Drunk Love. Yeah. Duggar's Pizza.
Reportedly, it mixes thrills, humor, and very moving drama, with a project being compared to both director Jonathan Dame's 86 Something Wild and Alex Cox's 84 Repo Man. So that's you're comparing it to Repo Man. Repo Man's a badass fucking movie, bro. It's one of my faves. I used to have a Repo Man poster when I was a kid. Jennifer Lopez. What?
Do you have a VHS?
Yeah, of course. Didn't you?
Okay. No.
No.
What about you?
Are we off timing or
something? I don't know. Maybe.
1,
2. Yeah, those guys timing again, which means that I edited the shit. It's kind of sucks because you know, I gotta mark it somehow. So what? I'll write this down. But yeah.
No, I died.
1.
You're fired.
2.
3.
4.
5.
6.
17.
8. Okay, all right, good. Here we are.
All right. Jennifer Lopez is going to be doing basically the anti-Emily Perez movie called Kiss of the Spider Women, which is getting rave reviews coming out at the Sundance this past weekend. It is nominated for more Golden Raspberry Awards than she has Golden Globes in 30 years. But next year's Oscar buzz has already started thanks to Bill Condon's musical thriller, in which Lopez stars as Ingrid Luna. They said that she looks sensational, and this will be the one that sweeps the Oscars next year. It's based on the 1976 novel of the same name, and is the third adaptation of the source material following the award-winning 1985 film starring William Hurt and Sonia Bragg. Yeah. Well, how do you figure out that your career just went to the shit?
How?
When you go from one thing to the next. All right, you ready for this, Chris? You're going to be so upset about this one.
Okay.
The director of Barbarian, Mr. Zach Krager.
Yeah.
Reboot. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and he was definitely skipping on that one. So we're waiting for him to come back. He's gonna tell me something about Zach Krieger. Okay. What was going on there, Neil?
I don't know. All of a sudden my screen froze. You froze, everything froze, and then it just said, oops, connection's lost.
Okay. Zach Krieger.
Zach Krager is now going to reboot a franchise. It's only been rebooted 3 other times.
What's he rebooting?
Can you guess? Name a movie franchise that has been rebooted. I think it's been 3 times.
I don't know, man. Are we talking Star Wars?
The first time it was a film series. They took it so far that you're just kind of like, what the fuck? This has nothing to do with the source material. This has just a female kicking ass.
Just tell me the fucking movie because I can't.
He will reboot the one and only Resident Evil series.
I just don't want to see it again. I want him to make original films. I don't need to see shit like that. Come on. I don't want to
just stop. Just stop, people. Stop. We don't need Resident Evil. There's like 17 of them. Like I can't even remember how many Resident Evil films.
There's a lot.
Resident Evil film. There's Resident Evil, Resident Evil Apocalypse, Resident Evil. Like what was like
Retribution?
I don't even know. Retribution. Yeah.
There's a lot.
Welcome to Raccoon City.
And most of them suck. So it's an issue. I'm upset about it. Yeah, for sure. We don't need that, Zach.
All right. So a couple weeks ago, I said that we are getting a new Practical Magic 2.
Mm-hmm.
Not only is the script written, we now have a director, Suzanne Bier, known for Bird Box, The Undoing, Perfect Couple, and stuff like that. Will be the one directing Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock in the new version of Practical Magic.
I don't think we need another Practical Magic.
I think we need another Practical Magic. Fuck off! It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah, let's just go through all these really quick. All right. Den of Thieves, if you don't know, has been the box office. It's been in the top 3 in the last 3 weeks. No matter what, annihilated the Brutalist this week. Anyway, no, whatever. People wanted to go see good movies. Anyway, Jared Butler,
calm the fuck down,
and O'Shea Jackson Jr.,
who's basically Ice Cube now. Ice Cube may have cloned himself, and now he's in those movies.
What's that?
O'Shea Jackson Jr. just looks like Ice Cube, like exactly the same.
Oh, that's awesome. I know. And he's signed up for Den of Thieves 3 has the go, and they will be making a third one in that series. Here's 2 names, actually 3 names. I cannot wait. I mean, this is like just sounds weird to read it all out loud, but I'm just going to read this little headline, and this will be enough, I think, too, to grab your attention. I don't even need to read any more paragraphs after that. Anthony Hopkins traps Bill Skarsgård in an SUV from hell in a thriller produced by Sam Raimi.
Yeah, I'm into it. Yeah, I'm into it already.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm done. What more do you? I don't need to know more than this. Is there a date yet? That's all I need to know. Doesn't look like there's a date yet.
I'm down.
I'm down. The minute they tell me a date on that, it's called Locked. Will be the name.
I bet Andy Hopkins plays an Uber driver, right? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Charlie XCX. If you don't know Charlie XCX, she's one of the greatest pop artists in the last 5 years. Done everything from Travis Scott, Billie Eilish. I mean, it's worked with Ariana Grande. Yeah.
She's a bad girl. Yeah.
Yeah. She is going to be headlining her own movie by A24, and the project is titled The Moment, and it will be produced by Charlie as well, who it's a first-time produce for her with her Studio 365. Okay, and which is directorial debut of a photographer turned filmmaker, Adian Samara, who helmed 2 music videos for Charlie and Billie Eilish. Also, the plot details are still under wraps, but yeah,
man.
Yeah, so Charlie XCX is going to be headlining at A24.
That sounds right. That does sound right. You know,
one of the most popular movies of the early 2000s. I guess is it the 90s? Maybe it's the 90s.
What movie?
98. Yeah, it was from 98. I don't know. I'll say some names and see if you can guess it. All right. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Jordan Brewster, Laura Harris, Frankie Jameson, Robert Patrick, Usher, Elijah Wood, Jon Stewart, Josh Hartnett.
I don't know. Tell me.
The movie Faculty is getting a remake over.
Yeah, I guess. Man, it's just Christopher McDonald definitely would have got it. But okay, they're remaking it.
They're remaking the Faculty. The rights have been bought now. Basically, what's happening is somebody bought what's his name? Because it's originally done by Robert Rodriguez, which he is going to be a part of it.
Yeah.
But the guy who took over for that, the guy that used to rape people.
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. Let's see. Jonathan Glickman, who is now currently the new CEO of Miramax, is going back into their extensive library and going to be busting out all these older films that we all liked that kind of got buried because of the Weinstein's problems, and going to start trying to bring out all these, all these remakes and reboots. They're going to add to the remakes and reboots because we need more remakes and reboots, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
And finally, the deal has been done 100%. It is 100% legit to the point where we have the date where the movie is coming out. The great Wayans brothers have taken over the Scary Movie franchise 100%, not just by name and people saying, oh, they did it. No, they're signed a paper and their movie will be in theaters June 12th, 2026.
That's next year. And finally, everyone's going to talk about that movie that was funny at the time.
I mean, it's 20 years now.
Yeah.
It's almost 20 years. When was the last time?
It's been a while, man.
I mean, 2009 dance flick, they did that. 50 Shades of Black and A Haunted House, but those were all like not these. When was the last scary movie? I don't know. But yeah, but that's the news.
All right. News.
That was the movies don't suck and Southern news. I said a bunch of stuff to Chris. He didn't act like he liked it, and then went home and smacked my mama.
I don't think I did that. I don't think I can reach it from there. But
all that. You did all that.
Let's talk about that movie that you're
Chris,
trying to
that's
shit on.
all
Let's
you
talk about Let's talk about the Brutalist, starring, directed by Brady Corbett, written by Brady Corbett and Mona Fastwold. This stars Adrian Brody as Laszlo Toth.
He's a concierge.
Of Felicity Jones, Ezrabit Toth.
If the Empire has this kind of power, what chance do we have?
Guy Pearce is Harrison.
That wasn't even her. That wasn't even her.
If the Empire has this kind of power, what chance do we have?
That's supposed to be. Oh, wait.
If the Empire has this kind of power, what chance do we have?
What chance do we have?
There we go.
The question is, what choice?
Okay. Guy Pearce is Harrison.
you like 3 times in a row didn't even play the actors.
I know.
Oh gosh, I love you.
Okay. Joe Allen as Harry Lee, Rafi Cassie, Zosha, Stacey Martin as Maggie Lee, Isaac DeBalaki as Aya Gordon, poor Gordon, and Alessandra Naveau as Attila. Went through the storyline for the Brutalist, and I will go first in taking about what I say about it before you just shit on it. How about that?
When the visionary architect Laszlo Toth and his wife Elizabeth flee to Europe to rebuild their legacy and witness the birth of modern America, their lives are changed forever by a mysterious and wealthy client. The seemingly charming industrial Harrison Van Buren offers Laszlo and his family the American dream on a silver platter by commissioning him to design a grand modernist monument and help shape the landscape of the country he now calls home. It will be the most ambitious project of his career, one that will take Laszlo and Ezra to both monumental heights and devastating lows.
So, just so you guys know, you hadn't feel Neil has problems with this movie, but I'm going to go ahead and say what I liked about it. This movie tackles a lot of things. Tackles the American experience, the myth of the American dream, addiction, disappointment, sexual assault, domination, class, and xenophobia, and basically the horrors of the Holocaust that the immigrants that witnessed it. I think the acting in this movie is fucking incredible to me. Adrian Brody, you probably get another Oscar for this because I thought he was incredible. I thought Felicity Jones, I've never seen her do more than anything close to this good. She can be everything from now on. Guy Pearce was unrecognizable. It took me a second to figure out who he was, and that he changed my mind on him. I really had no thoughts on Guy Pearce until I saw this movie. It's pretty amazing. It's movie's 3.5 hours long, so, and there's also an intermission, so thank you for that. I thought it was beautifully shot. I thought it was amazingly acted. Also, it was also very sad, but I thought it had a lot to say in the 3.5 hours that it was, and it definitely affected me. It's not in my top 5, but it's in my top 10 of the year. But I whatever. I'm not gonna change my list to where it was last week. But this definitely problems. The characters are, a lot of them are just shitty, like they're bad people. But again, who's not done something they're not proud of? So, I'm gonna say that I think it was well shot. I think it was one of the most well movies I've seen this year, and it had a lot to say.
One, I need better ventilation in this room because man, that like just sat there.
Yeah.
All right. My problem with this movie is the guy who's the main actor, Adrian Brody, just plays a shitty guy. Like the worst shitty fucking human being in the entire world ever. He blames everything on.
He was a
Am I
damaged
going to be
man.
able? I did not interrupt
Okay.
you
All right,
once.
fine. All right.
This is why I think that he is a person that blames everything on everybody else, and all his problems are everybody else's fault and not his own. Being a guy who has bad PTSD and like bad issues of that, I don't blame my issues on everybody else. I blame my issues on me knowing how to deal with that. He did not. Instead, he ran to heroin where he just became a junkie. And not only did he become a junkie, he was like, hey, everybody should do heroin. Let's all do some heroin. And then on top of that, it wasn't that he was coming for the American dream. He was just running away. So he'd go sleep with other chicks when his wife wasn't around. And that's
Can I
what
also know that he wasn't able to fuck him at all? That he was kicked out of the place?
Because of all the heroin.
Oh, well, mostly that to do with grief
Heroin.
and disappointment and guilt. But
No, it was heroin. It was all heroin.
No,
heroin makes your dick limp. Everybody knows that is kind of a thing.
That's not it, but okay.
Yeah, it's literally a thing.
I know it's a thing, but that's not the reason.
Oh,
we talked about that.
Well, probably because I know heroin people.
I know, but it's not the reason. It's not the reason. This.
Take it what it is. Take it what it is. The movie looked cool just because they used an old camera. They basically said, hey, dad has a camera in the corner over there. Why don't we use that one? And so that's the way they filmed it, which now everybody thinks it's artsy because they used an old camera. I would have liked to seen this more in like a 4K format, more of a clear screen, beautifully well done. And instead, to me, it just kind of reminded me of another movie I wasn't really a fan of, which sucks because that movie, also Adrian Brody was the main actor in that one.
What
and that was
that?
The Pianist.
You didn't like The Pianist? What the fuck's wrong with you?
No, I like My Penis. I don't like The Pianist.
Yeah, I'm surprised because I like the movie a lot too.
I know, but you like sad movies like this, and this is just a sad movie.
There's not like a lot to say.
There's no moment of triumph ever in this film.
Not really, yeah, but there's
none. There's none. Even when the thing that he's trying to build is finally finished, built, nobody gives a shit.
Well, I'm not saying there should be a moment of triumph, but that's not a problem to me. This movie had a lot to say, and I think it said it. It's about the human experience. Everyone experiences loss and grief and pain, and surviving a Holocaust camp.
So, when's the last time you heard people say, "Man, I want to go to the movie so I can just be sad, depressed, and sit there and be fucking depressed for 3
But that's not this
hours.
movie. But I was intellectually stimulated. I felt like I learned about myself while watching this, which movies should do.
I get that you think that all sorts of entertainment should just.
This is to me, this transcends. All the movies I talked about this year were more than entertainment to me. All those I went top 10 did more than entertain me. They stayed with me afterwards, and that's. But Neil, I'm not cheating. Number one, which is Devil. That's all entertainment, right? It was a really fun movie.
Yeah,
but it didn't have anything to say, and that's why the Brutalist are, the Simpsons have a lot to say, and I think the Simpsons is a better movie than this. Oh, you get your phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I just keep getting interrupted, so I stopped talking.
Okay, but you know what?
I was bringing it back to a point. Now I forgot the point.
Sorry. I can unmute myself. Let you get back to it.
Yeah. Like you might have actually liked what I said at the end of that, but I completely forgot the point now.
You were talking about
and I was going to bring it back. Yeah. Now, if you are a sad, heroin addicted asshole that likes, fucking around on your wife, you're going to love this movie. And that's why most people are liking this movie, because they're like, oh, I cheated on my wife. It's okay. He cheats on his wife.
That's not the reason.
Anybody that's in the Oscars that votes for this probably cheated on their wife at least twice.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I'm just saying,
I've never seen my wife.
Cheated
I
on my
really like
wife.
this movie.
Oh, buddy. All right.
I've also never. Come on, and also the
But
only
anyway,
close I've done doing
what?
heroin was morphine just recently, and that was administered by a doctor. but-
Exactly. See, Chris did morphine and then saw this movie. He's like, I know exactly how he feels. Passed out, puking on people.
I didn't puke at all, man. It was amazing.
I know, but I will say this. It is beautiful in parts.
It's well
but there
acted,
are
right?
parts that the acting is good. I will give it that. And stuff like that. As much as I'm shitting on it. And maybe the only reason I'm shitting on it is because like it's that whole like anti-society, anti-establishment. But
I just wonder if the Oscars weren't like
900 people told me before I went in the fucking theater this is going to be the best fucking movie I ever seen in my own goddamn life. So the whole time I'm waiting for this to be the best fucking movie I've ever seen in my entire existence. There's nothing better than this.
So tell a message, Mark, and say you lied to me.
Yeah, like, dude, maybe if I didn't go in with 900 fucking people out there in the world saying this is the best movie of all time, 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 maybe I would have enjoyed this movie more. But the more this movie got into it, I was just like, this is just some sad shit.
It's definitely sad. But,
and it just like at the end of the movie, it's kind of like Requiem with a Dream. Like at the end of the movie, the only way you're going to feel better about yourself is probably shooting yourself. And I mean, that's about it.
Okay, you were saying there's no one good in this movie. I would say that Esther Betoth was pretty good.
I didn't say there's nobody good in this movie. I said there's nobody. Oh. I mean, acting wise, great. They did good. Character wise, not one good person.
You don't think the wife of you don't think?
Oh, you mean the heroin addict that went in there and yelled at the guy who gave her husband all the money to fucking do the big good job?
I'm not want to give it away, but she yelled at him for good reason.
Because she was on heroin.
No. Well, I don't know, but she went there and yelled. I think my wife probably yelled for me too, but I'm not going to give anything away because that's a big thing. But I do want to mention that I thought all the acting in this was incredible. I thought Adrian, Felicity, and Guy knocked it out of the park.
All right, 100%. Imagery was cool. It was good. The acting in this movie was pretty good. But this is a sad as shit movie. This is not nothing to make it happy. This is not something you're going to watch on a Sunday with mom and dad and try to have a good time. At the end of this movie, you're going to replicate your life. You're probably going to open like 3 bottles of wine, 17 bottles of beer. Probably going to go to the store.
I didn't do any of that. I went home and just
I literally got so drunk I like passed out in a dumpster. I was so sad.
Yeah.
My wife wasn't here. I was by myself. I was sad.
I wonder if she was here, what would have happened? That she would have swing
I probably came home and just told her that if you don't like love me right now, I'm gonna have to just off.
Real quick, are you the big spoon or little spoon?
What?
Are you the big spoon or little spoon?
I'm a switcher, bro.
I'm a little spoon. I love it, but
I am definitely the whatever my wife or I need at the time because we switch so much in our own.
That's nice. I do that. I'm a versatile spooner as well, but I don't feel more safe in my life than when my wife spoons me. And
all right, Chris,
am I scoring this?
Let's go for your score first. You know your score first. We'll be nice.
4.4, 4.5. I thought this movie had a lot to say, and it stuck with me. I thought it was impeccably made. It was beautifully shot. All the acting is spot on, and it made me feel a lot. And it's one of the better made movies I've seen this year. And I don't see a world where Adrian, Felicity, and Guy don't get at least one of them gets an award for their acting. I don't see that happening.
Understandable.
Okay, but my 4.5, Neil, what's your score in this?
1.8.
Really?
I'm kidding. I'm going to give this a 4.0. All right.
Okay.
Again, I do think this is a decent movie. It's just, man, it was so slow and depressing. And I get that's artsy now. If it's slow and depressing, that makes it a good movie. But man,
Neil
I
hated
am
the game
so tired.
before.
I am just so tired of long, drawn out movies. I'm done with that era. That era of movie, if your movie is over 3 hours, give me a part 2 and shut the fuck up. Like, literally, I am done with the long.
But the substance was like 2.5 hours. The substance is 2.5 hours. You got that movie.
Yeah, I said over 3 hours. This is
Okay,
over
all right.
3 hours.
Okay. Yeah, so
2.5 hours is great.
So
I love a
Scorsese,
2.5 hour movie.
Scorsese, note for your next movie, include an intermission. Fucker.
No. If it's over 3 hours, cut the bastard in half. Give me an hour and 45 and an hour and 45. Boom.
A year later.
Or an hour or 2 hours and 2 hours. Whatever. Just stop with this 3+ hour. We don't need 3+ hour movies. We don't.
Guys,
There's
Neil's
no
pissed off because he couldn't smoke a cigarette in the middle of this. That's why
it's not just that. It's just like literally, it gets to the point where it's stupid. Like, I don't want to be at a movie theater like for 4 hours. There's rock concerts I don't even want to be at for more than 3 hours.
Well, I'm when PanFest happens, I'm there for 8 hours.
What?
When PanFest, I'm in the theater for like 8 hours. Like,
yeah, but you're watching different material, not the same fucking thing.
Okay, all right.
Like, I understand it going to a festival, believe me, and I understand being in a fucking movie theater all day long, enjoying. I mean, come on, I skip theaters during, like, you know, Star Wars and Star Trek and stuff like that. But my thing is this, dude. We just need to be over this 3 hour movie thing, dude. It's if you want your movie to be over 3 hours, fucking put it in 2 parts. I am done with these 3.5 hour movies.
I'm not, but it's okay because it doesn't happen that often.
That's half your fucking day.
I went.
All right. So, how far is the theater from your house?
So it's 25 minutes.
25 minutes. Okay. So we're just going to give traffic 30 minutes. We're just going to put 30 minutes right there. Boom. All of a sudden, a 4 hour experience. How long were the trailers in the beginning of this damn movie?
What would that mean? That's when they were.
I got there at 8 o'clock when it was supposed to start. The movie didn't start till 8:41.
What the fuck?
That is 41 minutes on top of that. So all of a sudden now I'm at 4 hours and 41 minutes, not including the time it now takes me to get back home, which is another 30 minutes of the end. So now my whole one movie experience has taken almost 5.5 hours.
I think the trailers for me were like 20 minutes, maybe.
No. Mine was 8:41 was when the movie started.
I started mine started.
I know because I was playing a fucking Skippo on my car. I got a Skippo on my phone.
Okay.
Come on, guys. We just need to stop with these 3.5 hours.
So Neil, you gave it a 4, but he has lots of problems with this movie. I gave it 4.5.
I have a lot of problems with it. It's a good artsy movie. If you're a good artsy person, you'll love this movie. If you want to do heroin and watch a movie, this is obviously the one to go do it and watch. Like that. This is that movie, and that's why all the people.
Guys, I was trying to reel Neil in because he was kind of a little reductive about people who have addiction issues. but
I don't. Dude, you can be a heroin person and just not be an addict.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there are addicts, but
there are addicts, and if you are an addict, you know someone that is an addict, get help by any means. All right.
Brutalist. I'm on the Rotten What's the audience score for the Brutalist?
Probably 97.
81%.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. What's the critic score?
99. I'm guessing.
93%.
Okay.
Critics and census.
I'm not. It's because it's all critics.
Yeah. Structurally, critics and census is structurally beautiful and suffused to the Adrian Brody's soulful performance. Ride director Brady Corbett's The Brutalist is a towering tribute to the immigrant experience. I'm going to try to find a bad review. Here's this. This is from Lisa Johnson Mando. She says, the first half is intriguing. Corbett has a dark vision, storytelling ability unlike anything you've ever seen. But the second half is punishing and relentless. The form will wander off into what the fuck, land, and sadly never returns. So and then these top ones are just like just floating. This is from Emma Simmons Radio Times. She says, the telling examination how modern America came into existence. The resentments that were beneath the surface.
Quiet. It's intermission time.
It was 15-minute intermission, guys. But yeah, people love this movie. It's pretty good. It's not a 5-point movie for me. You guys know our top 10 we did on Sunday. That's just Mark's favorite movie, and we're able to talk about it because we didn't see it yet, but we did see it and we talked about it now. You ready to get out of here?
I'm ready to get out of here.
Watch something happy.
Some food. I'm gonna go watch some. I do want to say I really like that room though. That was a great design.
Yeah.
So good job on the people. Good job on the people who created that. The set designers.
I want that. I want that room. I want that reading room. Be nice to have.
Yeah, I know. Put all my comic books in.
I know. I don't have that many books though. I almost did.
I'll get enough comic books to fill it.
You will. You find Slime. You guys find Slime Movies on site.net. We're at Facebook, Facebook.com/podcast. We're at WTMnet.com, W2, You'll find us on with really cool podcasts. Find us on Instagram at Jesus Podcast. We're on Blue Sky at Who's Don't Suck Podcast .bsky social. We're also on go to Patreon.com/Suck. You guys want merch? Go to the Blackwood Dash Productions, the T-Plug. You can find shirts with our real one. Also, Bonfire Concerts, Movies Don't Suck is the new. You'll find more merch with our faces and
our
mugs
faces.
On it. You guys want, yeah.
Your face.
And every fun podcast, you can find Movies Don't Suck. We're everywhere. Guys, where you can find us last time, like we're everywhere. So just to go ahead and download. If you're watching, subscribe. If you're listening to subscribe, all that shit. We love you. Neil, what do we do for small business?
We got a small business. Let us know. Give us an email. Send us a message. Anywhere, and we'll be more than happy to cover your business right here to our thousands of listeners, our millions of followers right here on Movies That Don't Suck and Some That Do.
You got here?
Yeah. That's another episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some That Do. My name's Neil. I know I fucked that all up. Here we go. We'll start again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. That's another episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some That Do. My name's Neil.
I'm Chris.
And remember, guys, sometimes movies just have titles of exactly what they are. Like A Different Man was about two different men who were actually in competition with each other and didn't know it. Or a movie like The Brutalist, like it's so brutal that you have to sit 3.5 hours long in a theater to watch it. Have a good night. Thank you guys for watching the episode. All you guys coming in and out all night long. We saw you. Thank you. Next time, join in the chat. We'll be more than happy.